Alright, this video is about the normal distribution. The normal distribution is the bell curve, alright? And so it creates this mound pattern. It's called the bell curve. It's a symmetrical curve around the mean. And it's something that comes up a lot. Human height, human weight, test scores are all things that are normally distributed. When we're talking about the normal distribution, here's what the curve looks like. Now these percentages that are written here are always the same. These are the percentages you're always going to want to use. If you add up the percentages for each part, the area under the curve totally is always equal to 1. Okay, and here in the middle we have the mean. Okay, and so the mean is usually written with an X bar like this, or it's written mu. The symbol here also means mean. And you guys know mean. Mean is just the average. Okay. So each score, then each from the mean, we move a standard deviation over. So each of these marks here on the x-axis is over by 1 standard deviation. And the symbol for standard deviation looks like this. We can also measure how far things are from the mean by finding the z-score, which is whatever value you have minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. Let's look at this example. The SAT has 3 components: reading, math, and writing. Each score is normally distributed with a mean of 500 and a standard deviation of 100. On one component, you scored 650. How far is that from the mean? Whenever you're doing problems with standard deviation, I think it's great to start by drawing that bell curve. Okay, and we draw it the same way every time, with 3 sections on one side and 3 on the other. The middle ones are 34 and 14 and 2. Symmetrical. They tell us that the mean is 500, so that means that 500 goes here. If the standard deviation was 100, then we're counting by 100s. So this is going to be 600, 700, and all of the scores are covered by the time we get to 800. And counting down. So it looks like the total range of possible scores here is from 200 to 800. All right, so let's say you scored as 650. Where would 650 fall on this? 650 is halfway between, here's 650, between 600 and 700. The question is asking me how many standard deviations is that from the mean? So how far is that from the middle? Well, I can see that I'm coming over 1 section and a half of a more section. So the answer is that this is 1.5 from the mean. I'm going to put X bar. Now we can also get that same answer of 1.5 by using the z-score. So we can say that the z-score is the value that we have for x. Okay, so if we have the z-score, we have Rx minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. This also gives us 1.5. All right, so for each one, we draw a picture, and we can use our picture to help answer the question.